We're going to you.
Okay, look, Winnie. Who's on TV? Look at where's Grandma? Huh? Where's Sarah? What's she doing over there? Huh? Okay, look, Winnie. Who's on TV? Look at where's Grandma? Huh? Where's Sarah? What's she doing over there? Look. What's Sarah doing? She talking to your mom.
Okay, Tom, do you want to go background?
All right. There you go.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. As you can see, I am here with my mom and Winnie. Winnie is our Thursday helper in the shop, and she's here until Leah comes and gets her. So we're here on Thursday night doing our demo for you. What's new at the Paper Cut? Let's see. We have a new craft along coming up. So I may as well show you that while we're waiting for people to get logged on. So the craft along, this is on Saturday, February 5th, and it's an OOAK, and I just posted it today. And it's kind of the same theme as what we're doing tonight. So we're doing, well, this is a triple tier slider, okay, but it has the blue layered trees. So when you get, normally I've been doing triple tier sliders like this, up and down, but I kind of switched it up and I did it horizontal. So then you have the trees carrying all the way across. And I should have done these a little bit lower. But anyways, with this one, you're going to get them pre-stamped because we won't have time to do the triple tier slider and stamp them. So I thought tonight I would show you kind of how I got from point A to point B to get the layered trees that are on here. And then I'm thinking about doing a class with this too, with the layered trees and doing some cards and stuff. So, and then also in that craft along, I always do 2 cards, so we're also doing this card, which I did do a die cut thank you on there, same kind of layered trees. You can add some snow onto there, which I probably will do. So that's what's coming up February 5th. It's on our site right now, so you can order that craft along. Now make sure if you're ordering the craft along, it's far enough ahead that you could order and select the $5 shipping. So when you go to shipping, on the shipping drop down, there's a little arrow there, click on it, and then go down where it says make and take shipping. So you can order, I think, 2 kits and still get the $5 first class rate. And that should be plenty of time, especially now that it's past Christmas, in order for you to get the craft along in time. We try to get them out, with a good amount of time so you get them before the day. Things do happen with the post office, but anyways, so that's online right now on February 5th. I'm trying to get a class planned. I think I'm going to do a stair-step class. And then, with the card that I'm doing tonight, I might do like a mini sympathy card class too, because I've had requests for that. Unfortunately, it's, you do need those. They're not the funnest cards to make, but it's still nice to make them. So people feel special when they do get them. And they're going through a hard time, so giving them a handmade card sometimes helps too. So anyways, let's go down to the table and we're going to talk about like layered trees.
All right, you're there.
Okay. Alrighty. So what we have, I'm using a bunch of different layered trees, and then a bunch of different. Now I'm doing browns. So I've got. You can use any, like these are nice because they're the Impression Obsession ones that go in different shades, and like Rubbernecker has a bunch of different shade ones too, or you can just use different browns. It doesn't matter because you can stamp off and you can get the same kind of two-tone type thing. So I'm not going to start on my card. I'm just going to start basically and show you like the basics. So if you ink up your stamp, if you stamp it once, you'll get your nice dark image, and then you can stamp it 2 or 3 times after that and get your different shades. Now the one thing that you want to be careful of if you're stamping and it's on the edge of a piece of paper, actually let me do it right over the edge of a piece of paper. if you stamp, over a mask or the edge of a paper, which I'm going to stamp over both first, and then you go to stamp your secondary image, you'll get these funny lines there. So just be careful. You don't want to stamp off if you're stamping over the edge of something or over a mask, because you tend to get the funny line there where the ink, didn't go all the way down to the paper. So that's just one thing. I hate it when I do it and I have something really nice and then my last one I screw up. So just make a mental note when you're stamping off. Make sure you're all the way on the paper to stamp off to get your, your darkest, then your next lightest, and then your very light. Watch out if you're on the edges of paper because you'll get that funky line. So I've been cutting with the blue ones. Let's bring the blue one back here for a minute. With the blue one, I'm going to send you a couple Post-it notes. And what I did was I actually took a couple Post-it notes and I cut my own hillside. Now there are a lot of dies out there, so you could use a die to cut your hillside. I think if it's easy enough, you can just cut your own kind of hillside, and you can use that a couple times. I'm going to set my blue one aside. But you can cut hills that go from one edge of the paper, and then you can have hills that go from the other edge of the paper too. Or you can cut yourself a nice big long hill, like if you're doing a slimline card. So let's put this away. This one I did just use one shade of ink, and I did stamp it, off, on and off with different trees. And that was on metallic paper. So yeah, this is a really pretty make and take. It's probably not as pretty on camera, but I did use metallic paper and some silver mirror sparkle, silver mirror card. I accented with a little glitter. I forgot this one. I forgot to put my glitter on that set of trees. So the thing that I'm going to stamp on tonight is one of our window overlay cards. So this is our square card window overlay card. So this is the window overlay, the window card. Now this is a square card window overlay card where we do have our A2 square window overlays, which it gets confusing even in our shop, but this is actually a square card, with your oblong window.
Sarah,
Yes.
where are the tree stamps from?
This set of tree stamps is from Rubbernecker. So if I'm doing a class, you might have an option of getting that set. So I think I'm going to do a class. I just don't know exactly. I don't have the details yet. So, but that's where that's from. So in our square card window overlay set, or card, it comes with a text insert, which attaches to the inside, and I'll go through attaching that. So these are the three pieces. Now this one you would have seen on our specials page because we are discontinuing this size. We also have an A6, which has this exact same size window, but it's a little bit narrower of a card. This one, it's square. People don't like it as much because they have to put more postage on it. So it's something that we're discontinuing. So I'm not even sure if it's online yet. We're going to be putting together a bunch of kits and again putting those on our sale page. But they're not there yet. So anyways, let's go to our overlay. Can you see this now?
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
it.
I didn't know if I needed to put the green sheet behind
No,
there.
I can see it. I
Okay.
can see it fine. Even my old eyes can see it fine.
Okay, that's good. So let's see if I
I'm
have-
not old, just my eyes and
Just
ears.
your eyes are old.
And my ears.
And your ears. So let's get a mask. So I did use Post-it notes, so it does attach on one side. Let's see. My Post-it notes will line up a little. Okay, so let's use our 3 colors of ink.
I think this dog might want to get down, but should I just let her get down?
Yeah, you can just let her get down. Just kind of push the chair back and she'll jump off. Sorry, that was the dog jumping off the chair.
Scared the dog, scared the grandma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're just going to stamp our tree once. I am going to put one up a little bit higher. I am going to show you with the different shades of ink too. Now, it kind of looks weird with my tree floating here, but when we use one of the other like smaller trees and we do it dark, we're going to cover that up. So then it's going to look like that tree is in the background. But you can use different shades of brown. So let's go to a different shade of brown too. And these kind of all go together. And I'm going to switch to a different tree.
The dog is pouting. For those of you who think Winnie's cute, she pouts cute too.
So this one is just a little bit different shade. And I have to look at the bottom and make sure I put my lids back on the right ink pad. So let's go to another tree. Now this one's kind of big. Now in my longer thing, I did use both of the big trees. So I used a big one, both of the big ones. But since I have a smaller area here, I'm not going to use the big one as much. I'm going to go to the little bit narrower one. I'm going to go with a little bit different shade of brown here. And then we can even put that one up here behind there a little bit. And you can also stamp the tree lower. That's going to give you, make it just look like a shorter tree, even though there is a shorter tree. I'm getting my browns mixed up there. Because I want the little bit darker one in front of that one. So yeah, you're just using different shades of ink or stamping them on and off to give a little depth. I think I want this one. And if I want one behind and I haven't used it, I can just stamp it off and then go ahead and stamp it behind. Okay, so I've got my little forest going on right there. And let's see, let's do this one in one of the dark ones. And let's go down to our little teeny weeny trees here. Alright, so we're almost good. Okay, so I have my little tree background. I could put another one right in here. That would probably be good. So let's try that really quick. And let's go to our lightest brown. Because with this one, then you usually don't even need to stamp it off because it's the lighter tone. So I can just stick that one there. Oops, see, that's where I got my line. I hate that. Now I'm going to have to put a darker tree right there because I did exactly what I told you not to do. My tree, and then I got over anxious and I stamped it right there, and now I have a line. Ooh.
It's an opportunity to fix it.
Yep, so there. Still not really happy with it, or mad at myself that I did it. Anyways,
There.
so there we have our trees. Now for our text insert, I only have one text insert in here and I had already pre-stamped it. Actually, I do have another one, forget it. Our text insert, so I do want to put some trees right here, but I want them very light because I am going to stamp my words right here too. So, and I kind of want my trees to semi look like they, go with what that is. So I'm going to just eyeball it. But I am going to use the lighter inks here. So I'm going to take my overlay off, and I have my text insert. I'm just going to kind of line it up in the middle, just so when I do open this up, it's kind of right where it needs to be and I can kind of eyeball it a little bit better. I could put like a little hash mark there with my pencil, but I am a kind of go for it kind of gal. You guys know that about me.
I wonder where you got that from.
So that's in there. But I could then put another one in there. Now I'm going to use the medium one, but I am going to stamp it off because I do want it to be very light. And I do have kind of a frame of reference. Okay. So now I'm going to put my words right over the top of that. Okay. So I think my daughter's here, or she will be walking in here shortly.
Yeah.
And she's going to be taking Winnie with her.
Winnie's getting excited. She heard that too.
So we're right next to a karate studio, so we do hear a lot of car horns and people locking their cars that way. But so now I do usually test my stamps before I do them, just to make sure. Make sure it's seasoned a little. Oops, that one didn't turn out very good. I got a little blooper here where I've got too much ink in the corner of my stamp, so let's just clean it off. And we'll try it one more time. This one's going to be upside down. You know, and I do even want it kind of a shade darker, so let's see what I have in here for a darker ink pad.
Must not have been there.
No. I have my Color Box Chalk Dark Brown, which is a very dark ink pad. Oh, nice. I like it a little bit darker. Okay, so now I am not going to attach it. Like, you could attach it, but in case I screw it up, I'm not going to attach it yet. And then I'm going to show you how I attach the text inserts. Nice. A little blooper on the sorrow, but we're still good. Alright, so now for attaching text inserts, so basically we have this. Okay, and that's a little bit darker, and that's fine. Makes the words stand out. And I could put a dark tree, and I might do that, actually. I might do a really small dark tree on there also.
Ooh, that looks really nice.
So let's put our mask back on there. I might do a couple of the little smaller trees just to bring in that dark brown. So I had used the Colored Box Chalk Dark Brown. So I've got a few different shades of brown going on in here. So there. Now I've got the dark brown from our words brought in. Now for attaching your text insert, I like to put a line of tape right on my score. This is my score right here. And I like to use, if I'm using my 1/2-inch tape, I like to put it right on top of the score. And then I have a little bit of tape on both sides of the score. Now if you're using a 1/4 inch, then you can just go ahead and do 2 rows of it, one on each side. And you saw that I did not, I only put it from about right here to about right here. I didn't go top to bottom because this text insert doesn't extend all the way from the top to the bottom. Okay, so now when I'm putting it inside, I kind of hold it at an angle. Are there any questions, Mom? Hi, Leah.
Oh, what color paper are you using?
Oh, so the color of the card is fossil. The top layer that I used is milkweed, and my text insert is just a cream.
is
Okay.
fossil.
Yep, the card base is fossil. Then we have the overlay is milkweed, and the text insert is cream. So when I'm attaching my text insert, I kind of hold this at a 90-degree angle, and I have my tape in there already. And then I kind of just set, this is already folded, so it's folded in half already. It kind of came that way. And I have my folded edge right here, and I kind of just set that right into the score of the card. Now, I don't do it while it's flat, because if I happen to set it over that edge, it's going to buckle on the inside. So I like to keep it folded at a 90-degree angle, and then set that right into the score, and then just fold my card flat. And that keeps it attached a little bit to the front and a little bit to the back. And you can attach this, like if you want this solid attached. I usually don't. I usually like a little dimension in there. And now you're going to open it up and write your message right here. But that's totally up to you. If you want to attach this closer to that window, you can. Now I think I'm going to add one more little darker tree down in the corner. Let's see. Oops, this one had dried ink on it, so hang on. It just stuck to my paper. That the color box chalk inks do that as they dry with on the clear stamps, and they don't clean real well off the clear stamps either. But as they dry on the clear stamps, they get really sticky. Oops, I want it a little bit darker. There we go. Okay, now we're going to lay that right on top of there. Doesn't matter, either your 1/4-inch tape or your 1/2-inch tape.
This is such a great technique. Thanks, Sherry Walkus.
Oh, you're welcome. Now I could have done my tree all the way up. I could have done it right over the edge. But sometimes when you're stamping over these edges, you're going to miss a little bit, and you're going to kind of get a shadowy type effect right there anyway. So
Okay.
I didn't do that.
Question.
Sure.
Is this available as a kit?
I am going to do this as a kit. In the beginning of the class, I said that I'm going to do this whole layered tree type thing as a mini class, and it's going to have a sympathy card. It might even have this exact card, and a couple other cards. So I just haven't got it totally together yet, but yes, it's going to be a kit. Now, I had stamped this earlier, and I was going to put it up here, but I raised my trees up this time compared to when I did it this afternoon. So I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to stamp my With Deepest Sympathy right here in my darker color. Now, this is how I store my clear stamps, if anybody's wondering. In a box, and they all have little headers, and this I think is an A6 size clear envelope, and I just cut a piece of, this is like a piece of mat board, or and then I keep my clear stamps in there, kind of like, this is my little filing system. So they sit in an A2 box, and then I just pull it out when I need it and use it.
Kathleen Ressler Moore says she likes the bottom.
You want it down on the bottom?
I like the bottom, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go right down here. Hopefully I do a good job stamping it. I'm going to hold my breath when I do. So yeah, when I did mine earlier today, just a little sample, see how I had less room down here? So I had put the With Sympathy up here. But now that I stamped it up higher, let's use our darker ink pad, and we'll stamp it in the same color that our verse is.
That's a really nice card, Sarah.
There we go. Yeah, yay, it worked. So yes, I'm thinking about doing this in a mini class with the layered trees and some sympathy cards, or maybe a Get Well card or a Thinking of You card too, or interchangeable where you could change up your verses. Now if you wanted to, which is what I did on the blue, I did put a little like snow hill glitter, so I'm gonna do that just because.
A mini class, is that what you
Yeah,
said?
a mini class with the layered trees and either like sympathy, thinking of you, get well. So just like 3 cards we'll do with the layered tree set. I'm gonna put some glitter on there, but I'm gonna do it over my garbage can. So I will get that posted sometime this weekend. So if you are wanting to order the craft along, just hold off a little bit. We've still got lots of time, so hold off and you can order the 2 of them together if you're interested in both. So there, I just added a little line where the hill was, which you certainly don't have to, but I just did. So yeah, our square
Get this
window cards
posted later this week?
this weekend.
Okay.
We're already on Thursday.
Okay.
So yeah, this weekend I'll try and do another sample or 2, and then I will get that posted too. And then the craft along kit. Let me move some of my ink pads out of here. So the craft along kit, then you can order at the same time. Now the craft along kit will be pre-stamped or pre-printed. When we do it in class, you'll have the option of getting the tree stamps, and then you're going to do your own stamping, because that's kind of the whole point of it. So yeah. So how did we do for time tonight? We did pretty good. We're at 6:30. So anyways, thank you for joining me tonight. This is we did our layered trees in our window card, and then we have our upcoming craft along. Oh, I'm going to leave you with one other.
Oh, one more question. Is that a 6x6 card?
This is a 5, and actually I have one of the kits right here. It's a 5 3/4. This is a different color combination, but it's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So that's the square one. This is the other size that we sell with that same size window, is the mid size. And this is the fossil milkweed. So it's the exact same size window. It's just a little bit different orientation. So this one is centered top to bottom, but more over to one side. This one you have a little bit more room down here on the bottom, on the mid size.
So what's that second one, Sarah? What?
This one?
Oh, this one is square and one is rectangular.
The one that's rectangular is the mid size. It's the A6 mid size card overlay kit. And those, I believe, are still online. The square ones might be online too, but not as many of them. And the squares are going to be being discontinued. The mid-size we'll go forward with. But we still do have plenty of the squares left. It's just a future discontinuation. So the square, the mid-size. But I'm going to leave you with one other teaser. So the end of February, the last Saturday in February, you're going to want to leave that open, because I'm participating in an event with a few other vendors, some of my favorite vendors, and yeah, that's all I can tell you right now, but you will be the first to hear on this page when I'm able to tell you more about it.
Are we doing a what? What are you?
It's an event, and I can't tell you anymore. It's our teaser, last Saturday of February. So anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. Watch for this mini class to be posted online. Our craft along, that's February 5th, is already posted online on our class page. Have a great night, and we will see you next Thursday.